So the boat party now, we're at the boat party.
So we're at the boat party, and basically I wasn't the kind of guy that liked parties anyway. And I was more of like, want to have a conversation, a bit of dinner, maybe do a workout, go to do some kung fu, you know, or have some friends. But what happened was, you know, an interesting human being came up to me, female, and, you know, all of creation is beautiful. Allah creates everything that's beautiful. So I realized she was a Muslim. And I knew a lot about Islam, and I was really shocked. So I said, look, 1 minute, sit down, man, no dancing, sit down. And she's shocked, right? She's like, what's going on? I
Well,
said,
you told her that?
I was telling her that. She was like, what's wrong with you? I said, listen, what's your name? You're a Muslim. So you shouldn't be doing things. I took the drink out of her hand, I gave her an orange juice. And we started talking about Islam. And I started saying to her, you know, you shouldn't be doing this, these guys, they're just
You're not
nasty.
even Muslim at the time.
I am not Muslim
And
at the
you're telling
time.
her
And she's like, who are you? Some kind of mufti? Some kind of scholar? Some kind of mullah? I said, no, but you know, I know this reality. They don't really love you. They just see you as a piece of flesh. They objectify women in this society. But in Islam, we see women as a holistic human being. She's not just a piece of arm and a piece of knee and a piece of leg and just some nice eyes. No, we see everything in its oneness, holistic. So we see that she's a character, she's spiritual, she's an intellectual, she's got a heart, she's a future mother. All of these beautiful things that we want to connect with. These guys don't want that. What are you doing here? She was shocked. You could imagine, right? So we exchanged numbers. I go back to the office. I lost her number. Nothing happens. After 3 months, I get a call from the HR department, Human Resources. Bring, Mr. Tzortzis, it's so-and-so on the line. And it was the lady. She somehow found out where I worked. She traced me down, she tracked me down, boy. So I pick up the phone, I'm discussing with her. So we have some kind of a friendship or relationship, if you want to call it that. But even then, it was emotionally allowing me to learn more about Islam in a way, because even though she wasn't practicing, there is something about a Muslim woman that when she's brought up in a Muslim family, it's like a purifier. You could have a bottle of water that's really muddy. You know the really small tablets you put in there and it cleans it up? That's what happens. Even if you know just the iman, just the faith in God and knowing that you don't worship creation, you worship the Creator, that itself gives you a different kind of, I don't know how to explain it, bro. It's like a nur, an aura.
Yeah.
And even though she wasn't practicing, she had that small belief, and that for me was so attractive. Not her, but her belief. And what made her that she loved kids so much. I've never seen anyone that loves kids like that, right? So that attracted me to read further. So I was reading about Islam as well. Then I was trying to teach her as well at the same time. To cut a long story short, she had to move back home. She was teaching. She had to move back home. She was studying, and she had to move back home, get married. You know what happens. And she calls me after like a year or something. And I'm like, well, what's going on? You know, my dad picks up the phone, gives me the phone, and what does she say? She says, Andreas, I want to say something to you. Don't really want to speak to you. I was like, wow, what's going on here? I want to let you know that I'm wearing the hijab and I'm praying 5 times a day. Amazing, huh? Isn't that amazing? It moves me too, bro. It moves me too. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Like a non-Muslim, a disbeliever, could facilitate someone's guidance. And then she put the phone down. And then that shocked me, took me way back. Boom, it's like a big right hand. Like the one you gave me earlier, yeah? It's like a big right hand. And I'm like, wow, what am I going to do now? What am I going to do with my life? Because it made it real. It wasn't just abstract ideas. It was like it affected a human being in a profound way. So I started to pray. And I remember praying. And
you hadn't taken the shahada
No,
yet.
I'm not a Muslim.
Okay.
But I'm praying, bro. And I'm doing sajda. I remember a college kid. And now he's a doctor. He's one of the best doctors, and he's a wrestler as well in England. He used to train the English team. His name is Dr. Amir, one of the beautiful brothers I met in my life. And Dr. Amir would come to college, and he'd be one of those distinct Muslims that would worship the Creator, not the creation, and be very unique. And I looked up to him, and he said, you know, when we're in sajda, prostration, just like Jesus in the Bible, and he says he put his face on the floor. That's how he prayed to God.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how we pray.
That's how we pray.
And he said, when you're like this, you're closer to your Lord. And that's what I can remember from him. And that's why when Muslims, when they're listening to this, don't belittle the one word that you say to people. It could affect someone for the rest of their life. So I'm in sajda, and I'm screaming. I'm screaming to God. I'm like, help me. So what's this? I was like literally treating God like he's just like, you know, I'm talking to someone in front of me. What's up, man? Help me. I don't know what's going on. Help me. And then I keep on praying. I go to Greece. I go to holiday to see my granddad. And I have a Quran with me, and I learn Fatiha in Arabic.
Now, when you were screaming, was it a screaming of guidance? You were like,
Oh,
like,
of course.
What were?
Of course, I just wanted to know the way.
You wanted to know the way.
I wanted to know the way. I said, look, God, you've always been in my life. I've never really rejected you. I used to even use the word Allah when I was walking down the street and needed help in my life. I said, Ya Allah, if you are Allah, whoever you are, just help me. So when I was in sajda and prostration, I was screaming out to Him for guidance, for help. I want to know the way.